What's going on, everybody? Out here in the gold mine, out in the gold wash. Been working out here for about 2 hours. I wanted to talk to y'all about washes and old prehistoric washes like this one here. Right here in front of me, where you can't see, is the actual wash that runs nowadays in the past 100 years. But this back here that is behind me is the old prehistoric wash from thousands of years ago. You can see it comes up here and the hill starts up there. The water line was way up there, and if you sit back and look, this line is perfectly at the bottom of the ravine, at the bottom of the wash here. There's a perfectly straight line from the curve, the bend that goes around the wash there, and it lines up perfectly with this. So this is where the gold will be in this wash. I've already checked the bend. It looks like somebody's already worked it all down and can't find much there anymore. I've looked down there at the end of this little ravine, this little up here. And found gold at the bottom, so what I'm doing now is I'm working in the middle. We found some pretty good flakes here last time we were here, right in this spot here where I have my hand stack. So I worked on the back side of that spot, and I worked in the front side of that spot to see which side is richer and what side we're going to worry about more. We'll come back for the rest later. But I wanted to talk to you about these prehistoric washes, these prehistoric cliffs here. This is where all the gold washes from when it's down these washes down here below that have washed through hundreds of years ago. It comes from these washes from thousands of years ago. It's not coming from lode anymore because they've already mined the lode out and they didn't really worry about the placer. So that's what this is the placer from the lode up there at that mine. So yes, there is gold in this wash here that I'm sitting in, the wash that's been running recently within the last 100 years. But the gold that's in this wash, the 100-year-old wash, is coming from this prehistoric wash, this 1,000-year-old wash. Because it doesn't flood much in this area like it used to. You know, the water used to be all the way up, halfway up the hill. Now it barely even gets this wash wet. So it's washing down. The water comes from below and it washes this out, and this all falls and collapses and then washes it down the wash, and it gets trapped in the bedrock and behind rocks there. And that's what you're finding when you're looking in these washes that are ran 100 years ago. So what you should look for is these prehistoric washes like this. This is not along a bend, which is very surprising that I'm finding so much gold here, because this is just a straight shot down the wash. There's no curves, there's no bends. So what tells me is when the gold was coming through here thousands of years ago, there was some type of blockade up here, some type of dam or something that was stopping it from keeping it going further, and it just settled down. So that's why it's in this straight bend here. And I found it up the wash along the same bend, but just not as rich. So that tells me that it came up to the end of the wash and then it got protruded by something. There was a blockade or something, so it all just stopped and settled. So that's why I'm finding it here on this straight shot.